Please.
I guess so.
The notice requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act for this meeting have been satisfied. Would you turn off electronic equipment as we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Attention, salute. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll, please.
Mayor Becker,
Here.
Commissioner Amadeo.
Here.
Commissioner Blumberg.
I'm here.
We have before us for approval the minutes of our last meetings. What is your pleasure?
I will make the motion to move those minutes.
I'll second.
Mayor Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
We will now open for public comment. You have 3 minutes. You may speak on any subject.
Sewell, 22 West Drive. Mayor, being cognitively impaired, you have an excuse for not being able to appreciate the gravity of the impact of your fiscal irresponsibility. However, your two co-conspirators, the youngins, have no excuse whatsoever. They could and should realize words mean something. Your Goomba Giovanni stands right here time and again swearing in cops and firemen. The oath of office is the exact same as you three amigos, banditos, took, but totally ignore and make a mockery of. When you all swore to uphold the New Jersey State Constitution, it means just what it says. You uphold the state constitution in its totality, not just parts you might agree with or favor. It's abundantly clear that you refuse to uphold the thorough and efficient clause by failing all 7 indices of efficiency year after year. When inquiring taxpayers ask where all the money has gone, the answer is simple. You're blowing over $13.5 million yearly on 2 white elephant redundant schools. It's an absolute disgrace not to do what needs to be done. Spending $32,129 per student per year is insane, crazy, and ridiculous. But you three prefer to financially rape, rob, and pillage the senior citizen taxpayers. The only way to staunch this spendthrift melee is to ask each and every member of the school board whether or not they can uphold their sworn oath to furnish a thorough and efficient education. If they can't or won't, such members should be asked to step down ASAP, and fiscally prudent people like Art Cotilli must be appointed to effectuate real change. This boutique nonsense of kindergarten classes of just 10 students must cease at once. And like Glenwood, half day must be had. Little 5-year-old boys were never designed to sit still and not fidget on a full day schedule. They end up being labeled and stigmatized as ADHD. And they learn to hate school. Hence, 9 years later, and $250,000, 44% of them can't do standard math and meet minimum math expectations. This is abhorrent. This is a disgrace, and you three are the author of it. Shame on Mayor. The time's going to go by. I know.
Fast enough, John.
The truth will set you free, Mayor.
Any other public comment, please?
Art Cotilli, 114 North Lancaster Avenue. Many times you've heard John talk about thorough and efficient. And yes, that's really important. But there is a step after that. And that step is that the state is watching. The state is requiring our little school system to report these yearly. And every year we continue to report our actually, I don't want to say failing, but are unfavorable, as the state would put it, unfavorable 7 items of efficiency. We are waving a piece of meat in front of a hungry lion. That's what I feel. Sooner or later, this lion's going to get you. And all of it depends on one item. We have too much infrastructure for too few students. It's that basic. And we have a way to end this, a way to correct this situation, which now makes us so weak because we have 2 half-empty buildings, is to close a building. Wouldn't it be nice if we had one building that was 85% full, and we had all of our items of efficiency way up? That would be wonderful. And we'd stop this possibility of the state stepping in. We need a plan. And one of the things in the plan is to decide which which building we're going to keep. And then start to get permission, and then start to turn around and find out what is necessary to correct the difficulties in the one building so that it could accept the children from the other building. A lot of this can be done over the summertime. Shortly, we're going to take a class of 44 in Ross and move them on into Thai. And what are we going to replace that with in Ross? A class of 20 that we now have for kindergarten? Are we going to get another class of 20 and then break it into 2 classes of 10? This can't go on. If you drop 20 more students like that, it's going to be from 370, they're going to go for the first time ever below 350 in Ross. I think something's got to be done. And if you're worried about the little kids bumping into the big 8th graders, that's no problem because the kindergartners don't move. They stay in the same room. I know this was a concern. There's also a room in Thai that's called the green room. It's connected to the center there, and it has a bathroom for the boys and girls right there. It's called the green room, that my granddaughter told me is completely empty. The only thing in there is a piano, so that could easily be used.
Thank you, Art. Is there any other public comment?
Hello, everyone.
Your name and address for the record, please.
Tracy, 612 North Huntington. Mine's just a compliment. I requested something 6 months ago. Mr. Galantino just answered it. I appreciate that. But in the process, I had went into Mr. Amadeo's office and I spoke to Ms. Johanna. Everybody, even if they didn't know, they didn't just say, I don't know, and moved on. They would direct me somewhere. I appreciate all that. And Sergeant Swift, he also helped me out with some guidance, which he could have just said it was a civil matter, move on. But everybody was nice. They took the time. And when you think to go in and say, hey, can I get an appointment or something, they dealt with it right then and there. So the speedy response, I appreciate it. And second thing was, I work at the casino, so for Harrah's during the holiday time, a bunch of the banquets, there was so many compliments to Margate over here. And Trenton Police Department, one of the wives asked where I live. I said Margate. Her husband was like, oh, the no crime town. So it was funny. But, I get it all the time at work, though, when people ask where I live. I vacation there. We've stayed there. We've rented houses. And the police, fire, EMTs, everything. Every year most of these banquets come back, but they always have positive. So I just wanted to throw that out there because I don't know how much you hear that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any other one? Anyone care to speak?
Steve Warner, 103 North Sumner Avenue. I know a lot of people have complimented the police and fire tonight, which is good. I agree that they deserve to be complimented, but I want to take this time to compliment Public Works, which you guys know I don't compliment very often. I had a situation develop a couple weeks ago at a former police officer's home, Frank Tiemann, where there was a leak on the water main, and between this, that, and everything else, it ended up Friday afternoon. And I don't know, felt that I was pressured to try to get the job done, which if I had to have been pressured, maybe I would have used better judgment. We started the job, and as soon as I hit the concrete with the jackhammer, the whole thing like blew up. So it was like the beach came to Belmont Avenue, and I had no choice. I called Public Works, and they came down there. It was Cuz was one of the guys, and Doggy, and basically shut off the whole street, and they bailed me out. I tell you, they did a hell of a job, a great job, and we were able to get the water back on by about 5 o'clock Friday afternoon, and it was terrific. And they really came through, and I just wanted to say they did a great job, and thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Anyone else? Is there a motion to close public comment?
I'll move.
I'll second it.
Mayor Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg,
Yes.
We will now open for public comment on the resolutions on the agenda. Is there any public comment on that?
That's
No,
the
you're right.
introduction.
That's an introduction. Okay. We do that. Okay.
I'll make a motion, we close that
We have to make a motion to,
on the resolutions,
yeah,
right?
we can do that, and then we'll go back and do the ordinances.
Okay.
I missed that one, okay?
Okay, yep.
Do you have a motion?
Maury made the motion.
Second?
Second?
Okay, call the roll.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes,
There is one ordinance 02 for 2019 to be introduced.
We
Is there-
don't,
Pardon me?
we don't discuss that.
We're not discussing it.
You're introducing.
We're introducing it.
Okay.
Is there a motion to introduce that ordinance?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes,
Oh, okay, let's go back to resolutions now, You okay? Go ahead,
Okay.
2025.
I'd like to motion for resolution number 25, 2019, authorizing bill payment and claims.
I'll make the motion.
second,
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
yes,
May I have a motion for resolution number 26, 2019, authorizing bill payment and claims to Colmar?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Mayor Becker?
I abstain.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes,
May I have a motion for the consent agenda, which is resolutions number 27-2019 through resolution number 36, 2019?
I'll make that motion.
second,
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
yes,
Thank you, Johanna. Short and sweet. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you all for being here.